How could Kamala Harris beat Donald Trump? This year's presidential election is the closest in decades. Since replacing Joe Biden as the Democratic nominee, Harris has closed the gap on Trump in key swing states, opening up new roads to the presidency. Presidential elections are decided by the electoral-college, not the popular vote. There are 538 electoral votes up for grabs, allocated on a state-by-state basis. And the candidate who gets to 270 becomes president. Now, many states are solidly blue, like California, or solidly red, like Alabama. And that means we can pretty comfortably allocate 226 likely electoral votes to Harris and 219 to Trump. So this election will probably be decided by just 7 swing states, and they are the Sun Belt states in the South and the Rust Belt in the North. Joe Biden was an unpopular candidate this time around. He was trailing Trump in every key battleground state, and his only hope of victory was holding on to the Rust Belt. Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia, which he won in 2020, look like lost causes. But since Harris has entered the race, she's nudged marginally ahead in 2 of those northern states and put the Sun Belt back in play. But Harris's most direct path to power still runs through the Rust Belt. Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania have voted for Democrats in every election since 1992, except for 2016, when all 3 states went for Trump. If Harris can hold on to them, as well as Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, that would put her at the magic number of 270 electoral votes. But her competitiveness in the Sun Belt has multiplied her possible routes to victory. She's even pushed North Carolina, which has only been won by a Democrat once since the 1980s, into swing state territory. That means she could afford to lose, say, Michigan, and still make it to the White House if she performs well in the South. Having multiple paths to victory matters in this election, where the margins in the battlegrounds look exceptionally tight. We estimate that the average gap between the 2 candidates across the swing states is only about 1 percentage point. While Trump's main route runs through the Sun Belt, we predict his chances of victory will hinge on his performance in Pennsylvania, with its hefty 19 electoral votes. A Trump win there would have been all but terminal for Biden, who we gave just a 5% chance of winning the presidency had he lost the state. But Harris would still have a narrow chance of victory because she's competitive in the Sun Belt states. Our forecast suggests the election is currently a toss-up. Either candidate could win a decisive victory if the opinion polls turn out to be even slightly off. While Harris has multiple paths to the White House, her victory is still far from certain.